There are a lot of people who've fallen for fake news when it comes to this conflict. They deny reporting from the IAEA, US and Israeli intelligence that confirmed Iran was on the brink of having a nuclear weapon. They also claim Iran was in compliance with the JCPOA, which we know is not true. And parts of the JCPOA were also not helping deter Iran from nuclear weapons. So what can you tell us about this, how this Iran threat has evolved over the years? You've been in the military, maybe you've seen, how has it grown stronger?
I came on active duty in 1979 when the hostage
Wow.
crisis was happening. So I've been under threat from the Iranian Islamist fanatics my entire Air Force career. And I still consider myself and my family potential targets because I'm pretty outspoken. I'm a public personality. I just have to assume that they would come after me personally. And anybody else that has served like this should. I'll be honest with you. I am not a pro-war kind of person unless it's absolutely necessary. But this was absolutely necessary. And the president's right. 7 presidents of the United States have seen the same threat that he has seen. And I've lived under it all of my life in uniform since I was 17 years old. And they chose not to do anything. But now we have this entity that is on the cusp of having nuclear weapons. And I'll be honest with you, I was on the nuclear operations staff and the joint staff when we were still not public yet that the North Koreans had actually had nuclear warheads that they could deliver. And we were denying it. And at that time, they had 8 nuclear warheads that I'm aware of that we thought anyway. And guess what? The Iranians are at about that same timeline over a year ago. So it's very possible and reasonable that they have actual working nuclear warheads that they haven't figured out how to put it on a delivery system like their missiles yet to make the warhead go off at the target. So it's very possible they have sitting nuclear warheads, not just enriched uranium, sitting in these mountains. That's my perspective on it, based on my experience and what we've seen in the past. So it's a real risk. It's a real risk. I don't think the IAEA has actually been that credible throughout its entire history. So I would go on our intelligence more than I would theirs, but we've collected intelligence off of them too, I'm sure. And we have a pretty good idea of where the stuff is at and where they really are. But again, we were in denial about that, not revealing it in the North Korean timeline. So it's very possible we could be doing the same kind of thing. So it's a very serious risk, and people should not buy into that fake news narrative and the propaganda narrative. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, the Iranians admitted that they have enriched uranium because they accused us of when we were rescuing the F-15E backseater of conducting an operation to try to seize their enriched uranium. And that's a quote from them as part of their propaganda narrative once they realized we had rescued him. So they admit it themselves, and it is a real risk. And that is really the wild card in this operation, that we've got to get control of that enriched uranium so that these people can never have a nuclear weapon. They are not a rational actor. The Russians are rational actors. The Chinese are rational actors for the most part. The Israelis are rational actors. The Pakistanis are even the people that have control of their armed forces are rational actors. The Indians are rational actors. So all these nuclear powers, large and small, even North Korea has shown itself to be a primarily rational actor when facing good leadership and strength from the United States, especially. So the Iranians are not rational. They are putting children on their bridges and power plants. As I speak to you today on Bridge and Power Plant Day, they're putting children, doing videos of them at those targets. And that is a war crime. And that is why they can never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. And that's why you're seeing, for the first time in many, many decades, I think since World War II, really, the United States Air Force, all of our air forces across the services Our United States Navy is in a combined air and naval campaign along with the Israeli Air Force and their services. And we are doing it at an industrial scale that is so large that nobody has seen this level of campaigns since really, I think, the attack that we did on the Empire of Japan and the Japanese home islands in World War II. And I hope the president continues it unless we have a complete capitulation and they agree to let us come in and take the nuclear material and get control of the Strait of Hormuz so that they can stop threatening their neighbors and destroying commercial shipping.